Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome EE Legacies. My name is Amy Cabrerra and I am one of the founding members of EE Legacies. Super excited that you all are here. Today we're going to go over team building and what you can do in order to grow your business, right? This is the referral program. This is where you're going to refer more people as scholars. Now, what I'm going to go over today may seem kind of basic, but I have a feeling that not a lot of us are actually doing this. Okay. So sometimes when we think it's basic, but we go, I don't feel like doing that, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe it's you're struggling on how to market this because you're also a travel agent and you're trying to figure out how do I do that and this, right? How many of you guys feel that way? Feel like it may be kind of a identity confusion, so to speak? Go ahead and tell me in the chat box. First of all, are you just in for trading? Are you also a travel agent? Do you do both or do you do one? Go ahead and give that answer in the chat box. Got to make sure y'all are awake to this evening. Go ahead and give that answer in the chat box for me. Both? Okay. Perfect. I myself also do both. And I have to admit, for myself, it was kind of like I was a little taken back, like, how do I market trading as well as, continue with my travel business and things like that? And I've kind of figured out a little bit on what to do. So first of all, your stories are going to be extremely powerful. Okay. So algorithms and all of that stuff, you guys have had training on that. I believe Amy Peterson has done some trainings on that. Algorithms come very much into play when we're talking about social media, whether that be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of that, right? But how do you keep your timeline clean while still advertising both businesses? A lot of people forget to utilize their stories. Okay, so what I'm talking about, let me go ahead and share my screen and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to use Facebook as an example. Okay, and this is what I mean, where it says create a story. This is what I mean. Okay, so most people watch stories versus actually going to your timeline. Okay, let me repeat that. You get more views from your story than your actual timeline. Okay, so obviously you can see if you were to go onto my timeline, you're not going to see, join my program now. You're not going to see, book travel with me today, right? You're not going to see a lot of that. You're going to see that it's actually very mixed. And I use my algorithms on purpose, right? I do a lot of interactive posts. I keep my Facebook page more on a personal, right? Meaning that people can tell that I'm a real person. And you can see that I get quite a bit of comments, 41 comments here, 21 comments here. I had another 73 comments here, right? So you utilize this to your advantage. So when you post in your story in here, oops, that's not the way to do it. I'm used to doing this on my phone. But when you post to your story, you're actually going to get more views. And then when people go to check you out, they can see that you're a real person. Do you, and you can see, I still have my specialist certifications and all of that for traveling. But the idea behind this is, number one, you want to make sure that you look like a real person, that you're not, looking like a scam or anything like that, right? And number two, that they can trust you to lead them. Does that make sense to everybody? That they can trust you to lead them. So when they see it in your story, then they come here and they're like, oh, okay, Amy Cabrerra, wow, she had a really good testimony on all of the ways that we can earn money, right? So that's a great testimony. Oh, look, she posted about pets. I love my pets, right? Maybe they start posting something about their pets. Here they can see, oh, she has an older daughter. Apparently they like crab, right? Things like that. I'm a real person. So now what can you post in your stories for trading specifically? Okay. A lot of people forget that we can actually, and I know the rules just came out yesterday, so let me actually read the rules so that we're very clear on what they are, okay, what you can and cannot post. So essentially, you cannot make any empty promises is really what it comes down to, okay? Meaning that you cannot say, oh, you're gonna make $500 your first month. You don't know that. You don't, there's no way for you to know that, right? So we can't make income claims, so to speak. And I'm pulling up the rules as soon as I find it. Give me one tiny second, you guys. Lindsay, when did you post that? Was that yesterday? Here we go. I got them. Okay. So it says, as we continue to grow and share Epic, please be sure you are within compliance with the way you move and what you say and share publicly. Here are a few key points to remember. You can post before and after chart markups. Let me repeat that. You can post before and after chart markups. Now you guys know why I have my chart pulled up. Post pip counts for trades, showcase the signal pip counts, right? For motivational purposes only. You can post profits in private groups or prospects directly through Messenger or text. What you cannot do is post a trade history with lot sizes or profit balances, post profits of your open trades, post lot sizes on charts, or post lot sizes of any open trades of any kind, post screenshots of your brokerage accounts, post back office e-wallet balance for residual profits. There's no exceptions. You can't post your personal on your personal timelines or story, even with disclaimers, okay? It's not acceptable. So what does that leave you with? How can you pique interest? Remember, part of team building is piquing that interest, right? So how can we do that and still stay in compliance? Well, here's a perfect example. This is a marked up chart, right? And I can do one of two things here, okay? I can go on video, meaning that I get my cell phone, and I know I don't have my camera on right now. That's because I look like a hot mess. But I can go on my cell phone and record a video looking at the screen, explaining what's happening, right? Like, you know, here's my markup, you guys. This is what I'm learning in the university. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is how it played out, right? So what can you do? On TradingView, you can click the replay, okay? And I'm gonna have the replay start about here, okay? And what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to write a text. I'll write a text right here, and I'll say my entry and we'll put that there. And then I'll put, where is it? I just need an arrow. Okay. And I'll put that here. Maybe I make it a different color so that it's a little bit more clear, right? Okay. And then I can measure it, because for this one in particular, I'm going to go to this key level. So I'm going to say my entry is here, and I'm going to bring it up to this key level. And that's 28 pips. So now what am I doing? So let's say I already have this all done, right? Okay, I say my entry, and then I have this marked up, and I say, look, you guys, look at how my entry played out. If this goes well, then I should get about 26 pips. And you know, I have the option to wager 10 cents a pip, $1 a pip, $10 a pip, right? You can go on explaining this in your story. Give them little bits and pieces of what this means, right? So let's say I earn $20 a day, 5 days a week. Think about how much profit that is per week, right? Now we're talking about $100 a week. How much does that increase your income per month? Do you see what I'm saying? You can get around the compliance and still pique the interest. Okay, so that's what I want all of you to do today. I want you to mark up a chart, and I want you to post it to your story, whether you post a picture, you post a video, or whatever the case may be. Now, in this case, this is what I'm gonna do, right? I have everything marked up, and I say, okay, watch you guys, like, this is how this played out. Ready? Here we go. Look at that. Yes, at this point, my trade has stopped because it already hit my where I was going to take profit, right? So maybe I mark that up a little bit more. Maybe I put another text right here and I say my take profit. Oops. Start typing that in the chat box. My take profit. Make that green. Okay. Move this up, and then maybe I add another arrow and I point it to the key level right here. Okay. And then I have to do a stop loss too, right? So maybe I do the stop loss at this key level right below it. Whoops. Okay. And here I type in another text and I say, using my risk management okay, using the risk management they taught me. Who's they? Well, you want them to ask you, right? That's the whole key. You want them to ask you. So you're not going to give too much information. This is literally to just pique interest, okay? Just to pique interest. Maybe we put this down like this, a couple enter spaces so it all stays on one screen, okay? And then rewind this. Okay. So I want it to start right around here. Maybe a little bit further. So I would start my video right around to where it starts right there. So that way they can see the verbiage, right? The words that I wrote. Now, what this does on your story, they're like, what are they talking about? What's Lindsay talking about? What's Liz talking about? What is that? Are they in stocks? Right? Oh my gosh, you just made, 20 bucks in 30 minutes or whatever the case may be, right? That's more than what people get paid an hour and you just did it from home, right? So you can either take a screenshot of this and post it in your story, or you can do a video and post it in your story, your Instagram story. You can post this on Twitter. You can pretty much post it wherever, right? And then you just go ahead and stop it. And now people are getting the point and piquing interest. Oh, it's not really that hard, right? This is not difficult. You just have to be taught. Maybe in your video, you talk about, I'm so thankful that I'm part of this educational system that is really teaching me starting from the basics. Y'all, they just came out with an intermediate course. If you want to know more about it, hit me up, right? Short, sweet, and simple, pique the interest, get them to message you. Now, the worst thing that you guys can do is what I like to call brain vomit. Don't brain vomit. Y'all know what that is? Can somebody describe it in the chat box? Who knows what that is? Brain vomiting. Anyone? I'll give you guys a minute to try to answer that one. Saying too much. That's right. Saying too much. Remember, we want to pique interest. Move them through. Okay. Move them through. So now what can you do from here? Now, cool. You got the interest, right? Now somebody contacted you. Fantastic. Now what? Don't overcomplicate it. Don't say too much, okay? Because when you say too much, there's no point for them to go to a class. There's no point for them to go to a meeting. There's no point for them to attend Zoom whatsoever. Does that make sense to everybody? So, speaking of classes, I do want to touch on this for a minute. Here we go. You guys all should know by now that we have launched the free Forex classes, okay? So here's another thing that you guys can do. Start talking about this on your stories. Heck, post it in groups, right? Start talking about, hey, do you guys want to learn how to make money from home? From your cell phone, get paid weekly, no selling involved, right? Sign up for our free class today. You see what I'm saying? You guys can do that. These free classes are Thursdays. That's written funny. Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Okay. Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Now, what is that? What does it consist of? For those of you how many of you guys have actually attended one of the free classes? You guys got a sneak peek. Is anybody here? Okay, Danny has. Awesome. What did you think of it, Danny? Lindsay has? Awesome. Okay, good. So you guys know what, very informative, right? So this is where it becomes not such a hard sell, right? When we're doing the brain vomit, so to speak, when we are, kind of telling them everything, right? They're not getting the full effect. They're not getting the full effect. When you send them to this type of class where it's basic knowledge, okay, it's free for them. We have some traders that are on there, and really all they're doing, you guys, is breaking down the candlesticks, breaking down certain patterns, the M's and the W's, right? Breaking that kind of stuff down so that they understand it's not so difficult. And at the end of it, they say, hey, if you'd like to upgrade your account, right, it's $99 a month, blah, blah, blah. They go into the comp plan. It's like a prospect call with a lot more meat and potatoes, so to speak. Okay, a lot more meat and potatoes. So what's another thing you can do? Let's say you're not at this level. Okay, let's say you're not at the level of marking up charts. Let's say it's I don't know, day 4 of the syllabus for you. You can utilize other people's story as well. Just get permission, right? You can show every week they put out what our signal pip count was. Post that in your story, right? Post that on your Instagram story. Post that on your Twitter story. Y'all should be part of every single social media platform. You guys want to know how the big network marketers do it? That's how. There's literally nothing off limits. How many of you guys use LinkedIn? Anybody use LinkedIn? Danny? Okay. Danny's a rock star. That's why. Right? Okay. So I'm in it. Okay. Do you use it for this business? Do you use it to make connections? Do you use it to send people messages and connect with them and let them know that you are in an educational platform that helps people grow their money, right? Those are the kind of tools that we all need to use. Rip the Band-Aid. If you're not sure how to do it, watch a YouTube video. It takes, 45 minutes to watch a YouTube video, right? And learn how to do it, because to put it off because I don't know how to do it, I put it off because I'm not good at it, right? To put it off because of that, you're literally putting your business on hold, and nobody wants to do that, right? How many of you guys have created ads for the free Forex class? How many of you guys have gone to Canva or Poster My Wall or any of those free things and created an ad that says, learn how to grow your money, free class starting now or starting on Thursday, sign up now, something of that nature, right? These are all things that you can utilize to grow your business. All you're looking for at minimum is 3. Who here has their 3? Anybody have their 3 yet? 3 people, you guys. Let's see. I know why you're giggling. I know why. You need 3 more. Let's just put it that way. What was the other thing you said? Poster My Wall is another one that you can use, right? So you need your 3, and then from those 3, you teach them to do the same thing. We all have a system that is duplicatable. That's the most important thing in network marketing. Doing it yourself the first time, teaching others to do exactly what you just did. That's it. When it becomes duplicatable and people can follow your lead and they become successful, and all of a sudden they have a free account, and all of a sudden they're making $500, and all of a sudden they're making $1,000, guess what starts to happen? it's a fire that you can't stop, even if you tried, right? They're like, man, this program is amazing, right? On top of it, get them to trade, get them to at least, even if they're here just for the comp plan, at minimum, at least finish the 2-week syllabus, right? At minimum, at least learn how to mark up a chart, a basic chart, right? That's really, really important, because we want to get them to make money that way as well, so that, you know, we're showing the proof in the pudding. Essentially, what we're doing here with this chart is we're showing our followers this is the proof in the pudding, right? So that piques the interest. Any questions? Any questions? All right. I want to know how many of you are going to go mark up a chart today and post it on your story. Today. Don't put it off anymore. Procrastination is like poison, right? It really, truly is. Procrastination is poison. Already marking it up. I love it, Stephanie. Fantastic. Good. Do you need a paid account for video? Yes, I think so, but I believe you can try TradingView for free for 30 days. That's what I'm on right now. I haven't paid for it yet. So yes. But if you don't have that, that's okay, right? You can still mark it up and take a picture. Heck, take a screenshot, right? You can totally take a screenshot of this and post it as a picture in your story, right? There's always ways around it, you guys, always. But utilize your stories. Unless you're a full-on trader, then, you know, totally fine to post it on your timeline and stuff. What I like to do is I like to mix things up personally, especially on my Facebook page. You guys saw my Facebook page. I really mix things up. Sometimes I'm talking about my clients being booked, like, fantastic, I just got them booked for travel, etc. And then I'll turn around and I'll say, you know, like, I had that testimony from somebody talking about how I, you know, gave an amazing speech about all the ways we can make money. So, you know, mix it up, but don't overdo it, because the last thing that you want is to look spammy. Don't look spammy. Not only will people obviously not look at your stuff, Facebook will actually stop showing your stuff to people. That's really important, you guys. We have to make sure, number one, we don't look spammy. Number two, that you're adding friends every day. Let me ask you guys another question. How many of you, and I know a couple of you are with me direct, but how many of you comment, like, go through your friends list on either Instagram or Facebook and comment on their pages every day? Meaning you actually go through your friends list and you find people who you have not seen on your timeline and you go and make a comment on their last post. Anybody doing that? Yes. So the groups that say don't solicit anything, find different groups. There's 6 million something groups on Facebook. There's other groups, I promise. 3 times a week. Okay, good. Try to do that more like on at least every other day. Okay. Happy birthdays are super easy. Commenting on, you know, your first 20 friends that you're not seeing on your timeline. You know, that's pretty easy to open up that dialogue, right? What's another one? Let's see. Commenting, I'm trying to, like, think of everything right now. Commenting, heart over, thumbs up. Yes, definitely a heart over, thumbs up for sure, but an actual comment is even better, because when they comment back, it actually boosts up your algorithms. How many of you guys are adding 5 to 10 friends a day? 5 to 10 friends a day. Anyone? Oh, I caught y'all with that one. Besides Danny and Lindsay, y'all get aces for this class, okay? Just kidding. Okay. Almost 5. All right, cool. Yeah, you should be doing at least 5 to 10 friends daily. Please do not friend, well, I shouldn't say please do not, other people in Epic, because then you're just advertising to other people in Epic, right? Like, does that make sense to everybody? You want the fresh, the new leads. You want those cold leads to become warm leads. That's what you want. Okay. And then as far as groups, there's so many. There's work from home groups. There's even trading groups. There's cryptocurrency groups. There's all sorts of groups, you guys. You just have to search for them, and you don't need to stay within your area, right? You can join groups in Canada. You can join groups in Hawaii. You can join groups in South Africa. There's all sorts of groups. Like, seriously, there's all sorts of groups. Awesome. Yep. You delete 15 people a week who are not active. Those are people that are just kind of like fuddy-duddies is what we call them. They actually lower your algorithm. You don't want that either, right? It's called getting rid of the dead weight. Nice, nice, perfect. Cool. All right. Well, do we have any questions? Okay, I'm going to be checking on everyone. So we have to join all these groups you just mentioned. You don't have to do anything, by no means. I'm suggesting that you do, because that is going to expand your reach, right? Why stay in this tiny little bubble when you have literally the whole world in front of you on social media, right? They're free to join. It doesn't cost you anything. It only costs you time. And if that's going to get you an additional, $500 a month, why not? I mean, we just can't post. So we have to join all these groups you just mentioned. No, I mean, we just can't post. No, right. Okay, I see what you're saying. No, you have to join the groups in order to post. That's correct. You can't just post in it, because the groups are usually private. Yeah. All right, guys, not a problem. Well, I hope you guys learned something today. Again, my name is Amy Cabrerra, and I look forward to seeing you guys. It'll be Amy Peterson next Monday, and then after that, we're essentially alternating. Don't forget to get people to the free Forex class, get people scheduled for the prospect calls that are just the normal prospect calls. But I'm telling you, if you can, get them scheduled for the free class. That's going to be the way in. I promise, I promise, I promise. I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and I'll talk to y'all later.